And as I said, and I know that you Marcus reached out, decided to reform the group, and then audition two or three others to well, auditioned and to get the complete group. What has it been like since you guys have sort of reformed?
It's great. It's great. It's been great. The fans are loving us. They're digging us. They understand what we're doing on stage, and bringing them back to that time and era where in '90s where music is good, and their time was good, and high school days, and we just bring them back to that era of their life where they was having fun. Most people when they was playing the Kiss a game and hard to get, and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of us would see, now outside of say New Edition, who had this massive the culture tour with Jodeci and Charlie Wilson, but we would see a lot of concerts happening, whether it's Keith Sweat, Silk, and all these groups getting back on these sort of revival, these '90s tours, which seem to be very popular in America. So as I said, I'm out in the UK, so we don't experience that often. What is it like being on those bills with people that you guys probably were competing with on the charts and stuff?
Nah, it's cool, man. We all happy to see each other and be able to be out here still doing what we love. So when we see everybody, it's good vibes, man. Everybody's good and happy and turned up,
Yeah. The what's different with a high five concert? So if people are thinking about, because if there's, especially when there's a lot of choices now, what would you say to people who are considering seeing you guys live? That would be different.
Come see us live, man. I mean, come see us live, man. And remember the time when you first heard, Tony's vocals and things of that nature, man. And when you was younger, and you seen us on the videos and stuff, we do a hell of a show. It's very high and energetic. It's a great high five experience that you guys won't be, y'all won't forget. Y'all won't forget.
Now, Tony's vocally, I mean, most of us will know he, we think of Tony, we think of, say, Kenny Green of Intro, Freddie Mercury of Queen. So you have very distinct, strong lead singers who are very hard and almost impossible to replicate. How have you guys overcome the barrier of, most of us?
I mean, we overcame that. We overcame that. I mean, when you come to the show, you see Billy and Farouk. They do terrific jobs on sharing the leads. I still do what I do. Marcus do what he do. Gil does what he does, and it comes together. Once again, when we perform as high six. You'll feel Tony's presence the way we do it. It's a beautiful time on the stage, and it's beautiful for everybody. Everybody walk out. Everybody's in good spirits, man. The fans love it. When the fans leave, they have a good time, and the experience for them, for what we was told a million times, that it was a great experience, and for us to keep the legacy going, we're doing good.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's it's one of the things that's I've noticed the revival of our legacy groups, like yourselves. I think most of the people who live in the States benefit from it, because we hardly see you guys leave the US around the world and stuff. Is that ever a possibility? Do you guys think about going to Europe or stuff? Or
yeah, as soon as they call for us, man, we out. We got our passports. We ready. Well, y'all promoters out there, holla.
Okay. Now let's talk about hiatus. I mean, how did the idea come about to put down your story in a book?
It was it was something that had to be done. God put it in my spirit, man, and it was meant for me to write this book. It means a lot to me for people to know my story and how I seen things and how they were in my eyes back in those days, and the things that I had to do to survive during my hiatus.
Hmm. Now you make it seem straightforward that because writing a book doesn't seem as straightforward. Maybe to me it doesn't seem so. When did you come up with the idea and start writing it? I mean, we're 2022 in
This
the
is
book.
something. This is something that's been. This is something that's been like in the makings. I didn't write it overnight. This is
Yeah.
years. This is years. It's just that I finished it. Book one
And
a
when
year
you
and a
talk
half
about
ago.
when you talk about years, are you talking about 2010, 2019, or how long have you been?
Yeah, this
Have you?
is about 9. This is about 11 years, man.
Wow. And so what?
Yeah,
So
you give it. You do something. You and then you stop and you go. Then you stop and you go. Then you stop and you go. You know what I mean? You get discouraged and then you get encouraged. So you go through all that stuff.
yeah, I mean, but as I said, I can't imagine writing a book. So that process of are you typing stuff down, then you leave it and come back, or how does it
No,
work?
I'm writing. I'm writing everything on paper, pen, book, whatever I have,
Yeah,
and then I didn't transfer everything to one specific until, like I said, maybe a year and a half ago. I started putting it together to
yeah,
make it make sense.
yeah. And then when did you go and find a publisher to sell it and did they what did they?
Yeah, I did all my stuff. They loved it. Actually, it's self-published. I took my own stuff and making it work, making it happen, cutting out the middleman, and but it's everywhere. It's about to be all the stores in the States. So I'm doing the steps that I had to take to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, when you're doing an autobiography about your own life and your own experience and how you saw things, for the guys who were part of the group who were there, what were their reaction? Did they feel as if there were things that were brought up that might have put them in a bad light, or how do you navigate doing that when you're?
I believe I did a great job. Um, like I wrote in the book, everything that's in the book is not meant to hurt nobody. Everything that was written was from a good heart, and I protected some names and characters for the protected the innocent and the guilty. So I played it like that, the best of my ability, but I still told my story.
Yeah, and what has writing a book done for you now that it's been released? What has it done for you personally?
You can ask me that. Answer that the next interview. So I really haven't, tapped into that part yet. I'm still bugging that I was able to put something out and let people in my business like that. So I'm still getting over it. It's only been a week. June 29th it came out. So I'm still in that. I was still in that phase.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think some people might think that it's therapeutic that you're able to share things that you hadn't been able to do. There's a sense of release, and there's the excitement, the fact it's out and people can buy it. But I guess it's whether, as you were telling your story, did you feel a sense of?
I don't think it's gonna get. I don't think I'm gonna have a sense of relief till after Hiatus 2 come out.
Oh, okay.
Once I finish Hiatus 2, then I believe that I'll be at that point to say I still got more to say. There's still stuff that's being written down that happened during the last 10 years.
So where does hiatus?
The book don't go. The book don't start. The book don't start 10 years ago. 10 from 10 years ago on is Hiatus 2.
So this for hiatus.
So you want to see what the I'm sorry.
Yeah. So hiatus, is it from your early age up to with what 2012 after you got shot? Is that where it ends?
You got to get the book and find out where we're in, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, because but the fact that you've already mentioning that you there's a part 2, and that's going to cover the last 10 years.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And then I will. My therapy will probably be over.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly to press the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do have a new interview. Loads to come, but thanks a lot for watching.